It's Jay. We're here in Indian country here in Oklahoma, and I'm here visiting with the Pawnee elder, a well-respected elder from over that way. And today I have Mr. David D. Echohawk, and he's going to tell a story today, and it's going to be a story you're going to want to hear. At this time, I'm going to turn the time over to Mr. Echohawk.
Hello, thank you, Chris. No, ara tiwaku, dawa huksu, chaliksi, kikahaki, hokitaro. My name is David Echo Hawk. I'm Pawnee, and I'm out of the Kikahaki band. And, I've got a story here for Chris, and he thought it would be a good one to tell here. So, when the Pawnees moved to Oklahoma in 1875, they were down here in Oklahoma. Of course, there was no transportation like we have now. It was all horse and buggy wagons. And so he had a friend there within the tribe, within the village, Chris, that asked him, he said, hey, I got invited to come up to go visit. And, why don't you come with me, ride with me. And my grandfather said, great-grandfather said, yeah. He said, I'll go with you. So they got on horseback and they went to their destination, to where they were going there. And once they got there, they were fed and taken care of that way. And so they were put up, at nighttime. And they were put up in this wagon that it was a Conestoga wagon, one of those old wagons, those pioneers used to travel across a prairie on, and it had canvas on the side of this wagon there, Chris, and that family stuck them out there, which is good, they were protected, if you will, from the elements, and so put up in that Conestoga wagon. Well, they were in there, and later on that night, my grandfather was laying there, and he was woken up because there was something that was hitting the side of this wagon, on this canvas wagon, and it would just hit, and so he crawled over and he peeked out, and he looked, and there was an Indian sitting on the ground, and he had an eagle feather, and each time he went that way, Chris, each time with that eagle feather, something would hit the side of that canvas, that wagon. And so he rolled over and tapped his buddy and said, we got to go. We're not wanted. We're not wanted here. And so they grabbed their things and saddled up their horses, and they took off. During the trip back home to that Pawnee village, they were crossing the stream, and my great-grandfather's friend, fell off his horse, and he got sick, and he was throwing up, but it was like cocoons, my grandfather said. And so he knew that what had happened, that it wasn't meant for him, it was his friend. So he got him on his saddle, tied him to his saddle, because he was sick. And they took off back to that Pawnee camp, to that Pawnee village. And once they got there, my great-grandfather, took him to a medicine man there. And they were working on him. And he was in a teepee. And that medicine man come out, got my great-grandfather, and brought him inside. And my grandfather said that, great-grandfather said that on the ground there was a bowl. And it's full of water. And he looked down, and it was like looking into a TV screen, if you will. Because in that bowl of water, there was that same image of that Indian man where they were at, using that eagle feather. And my grandfather said, yeah, he said, that's what I seen, that's him, that's what I saw. And this medicine man said, well, what do you want me to do? He said, I could, send it back. And my grandfather said, no, he said, that's not for me to decide. He said, that's my friend. He said, you need to ask him. And so they did. He did, the medicine man, and it was sent back. And once when it was sent back, there was word later that there was a death there. And so, but anyways, that's my story. And if you're a fan of the paranormal, a fan of the supernatural, fan of Bigfoot, the little people, pig-faced people, deer lady, check out Chris's Hill podcast.
I'd like to say aho to David and to Eugene. Again, I appreciate everything and hope you guys catch us. Aho and Mado.
Aho.